Good morning. Finally reached Friday. I've got 2 weeks off to get a bunch of stuff done. And I am going to make some meatloaf with you guys. I took the lasagna that I had because it messed with my system. I put all those inside of vacuum bags. And I'm just going to go ahead and make some meatloaf instead. I'm just getting some ingredients here and we'll go over it in a bit. I'm those kind, yes, I am those kind that do not measure. I do it on a taste basis. And that is just me. I do not have any eggs. Yes, it could hold together. Eggs are expensive, as you probably well know. So I'm like gonna go forfeit. This is herb and garlic. I use this on my beef jerky marinade. And what I'm going to do is when I make this, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the meatloaf pan, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator until tonight. We got some garlic powder. I do have homemade garlic that I made as well. It's kind of chunkier, so I'm going to forego that. So I'm just putting what I think is good for now, and then I'll go from there. Obviously, I'm not going to taste this. Ugh, raw? Yeah. All right. Got some French's mustard. Use what you want. I'm usually going into Dijon. I have not owned Dijon, but I do like it. And this one's brand new, so you're going to want to take off the cap first, unless you're extremely strong and well gifted. And always shake it, because it's going to have water in there, and you're going to drop a lid on the floor. Yeah. Let's see if this even... All right. There. We're going to do some ranch. If you put a lot of liquid, then it's going to be like a mud pie when you're done with it. For those of you who have been following the fire, I just saw an update. It's like 23% contained. So, obviously it's not contained all the way. They probably have other non-threatening areas. But our hospital got an evac order. I don't know what else got an evac order. The map where it shows the actual burn as opposed to a possible threat is, it's over 200 acres now, 225 acres. But you look outside and you wouldn't even know there's a fire there, so it's, they're just doing the mop-up kind of thing. All the tankers and all that kind of went. Got some good video and posts of that. So this is just my herbs from last year and this year. Onions, sage, rosemary. What else can you think of? Parsley, onion. You know. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to mix it up. I'm debating whether to mix my hands, because it's right out of the refrigerator, or use a spoon. Because if it gets too cold, you don't want to mix it. Let me find I had a bunch of wooden spoons and stuff. And hopefully this week and next week, I can get my act together and get some things cleaned around here and organized like I want. Life has been difficult lately. Work has not helped. And so it's a time to reflect and all that fun stuff. I don't know what I do with my wooden stuff. Well, hopefully this works. I don't know what else to use. So it's soft enough. I had it defrosting. You know, it goes to show how quickly my memory doesn't work. I brought this hamburger out last night, put it in the sink, in its original container, of course, still sealed. And it's not going to be cold. It's going to be room temperature. So yeah, that's how quick my memory just disappears. So we're going to be working on that. Seeing the doctor. adjusting things and hopes that I, okay, that's not going to work, so it's going to have to be my hands. I just heard an airplane going overhead. There were people up there. It was up in the Indian reservation. It started over where the meadow was. We have a school up there, trailer parks, nice homes. They did drop retardant on some of the homes. I don't know of any structural loss. I do not believe so, because that would have been the, one of the mentions. But it was, we have a ranch park, and it goes, if you saw my Oregon, when I left for Oregon, and I turned off on that particular road, I'm trying to think, it was way before that. There's another road that you turn off, and it meets the path from way up there to way down here. And it's, my friend and I years ago walked it with our dogs twice. And what we'll do is we will go down to the bottom of the trail. One of us will drop off our vehicle. We'll both get into that other vehicle, go up on top, and then we'll walk down, and then we'll bring the other one back up top, kind of thing. It was nice. It had a lot of streams on it, bridges. It's a very, very pleasant walk when I had my knee that could work for me. But now those days are done and gone with. I'm a tripping hazard everywhere I go. I always have to look down and watch where I'm walking so that none little crack or whatever gets to me. Let me use my other hand to see what else I want to put in here. We got some Italian seasoning. Let's do that. Some of this stuff. I have containers upon containers of my own herbs. I just got done doing all the garlic, and I've got cilantro. I do not care for cilantro. I don't even care for the smell of it. I got that blooming right now so I can get the seeds and bring them to work for others. I don't care for it, so I don't know how that got in. I don't know, it was something else, or I got it on purpose to think of others. So let me go get the pan for this, which should be right here. Yep. I feel like having one of my pizzas calling in for a Papa Murphy's pizza. It's spinach, garlic, and chicken, I think. It's a new variety. I usually stick to one variety, but oh my gosh. I found that, and I was like, okay, we're switching gears now, because I usually do chicken, garlic, and artichoke all the time, even in calzones. And then it was like, huh, that looked good in a menu. So I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, I'm going to be, after this, I'm going to go ahead and call the doctor and try to get a Zoom appointment. Try to backtrack on some meds to try to get me to focus again, because I'm not focusing. I'm getting in trouble at work. I'm breaking down, crying. Several supervisors come over and try to talk to me, and I was like, yeah, whatever you say to me is not going to work. I don't have what you're, oh, replace it with something positive. I don't have that motivation. I don't have that oof. And it's just, I'm tired of being lectured. It's embarrassing to be lectured in front of your peers and saying, we've talked about this over and over again. It's really, really important. You need to do this, that, and the other. I understand that. You tell my brain how to understand that. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not distracted. And it's just like I skip a step that's very important, that updates information, that if I don't do it, it doesn't update information. And that just gets everybody off of whack, because now overnight, whenever they move said individuals, the housing changes and all the information changes, and when I do a download, the next day it updates what happened overnight, and that's what everybody feeds off of. So yeah, it's one of those things. Let me wash my hands here. Listen to some Aussie. That was fun. So that's what I was doing before I did this. Let me get this. Put this over here. Does that look good? I usually put, oh, you know what I can do? Somebody gave me a recipe I followed years ago, and I haven't followed it since, but they put bacon on there. But as a last ingredient, this is what you should use, is ketchup. And just let that, come on, saute in there. And then I'll cook it tonight, even though it's going to be semi-hot. I don't care. Oh, you know what? I have my, I have my air fryer. I can bake it in there. I have a, what's the other one that I have? A New Wave. I have that too. So one of the ways it's going to be cooked. So thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for the fudge that will be here on Monday. Till then, bye-bye.